Ladies, I'm very curious. How many of you like to control things in your life? Yes, you like to control your calendar? Let's see your hands. You like to control events, the outcome. You like to control other people. And maybe even like to control your weight. Yeah, I see some nods. Yep. Yes, I think at this point I should definitely have a master's degree in control. Anyone else? Yeah. Any PhDs in the house? We got some doctors back there. Woo! Good for you, girl. I have been trying to control my weight since I was in middle school. My dad put me on a diet in 6th grade. Yes. And what I have learned just recently about myself is that this woman, with her holy hot mess of hormones, can expect my weight to go up and down and all around. Yes, so while we're being honest, I want to share with you a life hack. I have learned over the years that if I can't control it, then I want to change it. How many change agents in the room? Yeah, me too. Like we should get badges or something. Yeah. My husband and I are empty nesters now, but when we were raising our 3 children in Colorado, my kids always looked to me and said, if I've got a problem, my mom's going to change it. I'm going to make a way out. And so when our oldest son was really struggling in school because he wasn't challenged, we changed schools. Worked. When his anxiety and depression medication wasn't working, I changed everything. We changed therapists, doctors, eating, sleeping, you name it, exercise. Yes, I sent my family down a pathway that said if we only eat organic, free-range, Whole30, food farm to table, then my God, we are going to be healthy, happy, and healed. Let me just tell you one thing. Just because the price goes up doesn't mean the problems go down. I know. At the same time that I was trying to control and change everything that wasn't working in my family was the same time we legalized marijuana in Colorado. And what that meant, the beat on the street for high school kids, was that the drug dealers who were selling weed to adults targeted teens during their lunch break. And my son was one of them. The first thing that he was handed was wax. And you can look it up. It is very damaging to a developing mind. Yes, he was told that it was pure. It was not addictive. And if you struggled with anxiety, then this was the best medicine on the market. And he took it, and his life changed overnight. He went from the top of his class with dreams of going to Stanford and playing soccer to barely graduating from high school. And so for the next 7 years of my life, I walked through the dark valley of the mental health world. I found it to be chaotic, confusing, disjointed. I did prayer circles around rehab centers. I cried out to God every day, save our son. I called and interviewed experts and asked 1,000 questions. Evan's 21st birthday, he said, thank you, Mom, for never giving up on me. And I said, I would never give up on you. I love you. I would do anything for you. I will control and I will change. And it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. In the darkness of the pandemic, Evan chose to end the mental health issues that were going on in his mind. We call it a disease of the mind. And he chose to take his own life. Have you ever walked through a dark valley of disappointment, despair, depression, where you just cry out to God like, why? Why would you let my worst fears become my new reality? And so I leave you with 3 things. This invitation that God gave me in the darkest valley. God is still in control. Jesus rules and reigns upon his throne. I know that because he was the first one to meet me in the dark valley. And he sees you and he knows you and he still has good plans for your life. And number 2, we can leave the changing up to God. He gives us the Holy Spirit, which is our counselor, our therapist, our healer, our helper. I call her my holy sister because her voice is strong and feminine, and she's available 24/7. Yeah. And so I am in a journey, and I'd love for you to join me. I am dropping the need, the part of me that wants to control so much, wants to change everything, and instead I'm stepping into the valley of compassion. We are living in a time where we are hurting. Everyone you meet in your day and night is hurting. And so when we lean into compassion, we are more like Jesus. And who knows, maybe God can use compassion to change the world. Anyone want to get a PhD in compassion?
Yes.